Oh my God.
Shut up, Chelsea.
My bad, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the CityBoys podcast. I'm one of your hosts. I'm the bald one, Grayson, and Ethan and Jacob will be here. We're not all together. We don't live all in St. Louis anymore, so we got to try and make it fit. Just didn't work out this week, so we're doing them separately. At my part of the episode, I'm gonna hit you guys with the match review, the lineup, break down what went wrong for us in this game against RSL this weekend. It was a rough one. Let's take a look at these lineups before I break it down for you. This week, we rocked the 4-2-3-1 formation. This is exactly what I wanted to see this week. Starting off in net, as usual, it's old reliable Roman Berkey. We got a back four of Thomas Totland at right back, Josh Yarrow retaining his starting position, paired with Tim Parker making his way back into the starting 11 after a little stint on the bench with injury. Marcanic comes back to the starting 11 at left back. We finally get to see the double pivot defensive pairing of Jabulo Blom on the left and Chris Durkin on the right. Our midfield attacking trio, we've got Celio Pompeu on the left, surely our player of the season so far. AZ Jackson, Azeal Jackson making his appearance at the number 10 position. And then we've got Indiana Vasilev on the right wing. Up top, our lone striker this week, we had João Klaus. We did make a couple substitutions. We got to see Sam Adeniran come on in the 68th. We saw Kyle Hebert come on in the 68th as well for Thomas Totland. We got to see Thomas Ostrick come in for AZ. Rasmus Alm clocking a few minutes as he replaced João Klaus. And rounding out the team, Thorson coming in for Chris Durkin late in the game in the 88th. All right, guys, that's our lineup. Now, I want to give you guys a little breakdown of how this match went. It's not going to be the most fun, but it starts off real hot. First minute, 30 seconds in, Marcanic crosses the ball from the left. It gets cleared out. Indiana recovers it before it bounces out. He turns, looks up, sizes up his defender, starts inching towards the goal, hits him with a couple step overs, sends the guy the wrong way, cuts back on his left, bends it to the back post. Beautiful, beautiful finish to get Indy his first goal of the season. Jacob, you called it out, you shouted it out. That earns you a point on the table for predictions. RSL would get their first real chance in the 11th minute. Marcanic gets cut out again, giving tons of space to their right wing, who crossed it in for an easy finish, what would look like an equalizing goal, but it was ruled out because it was just barely offsides. That was pretty much it for the first half. St. Louis did have a bit of momentum second half. St. Louis City's first chance was through João Klaus. He wins the ball at half with pace and power, beats his man like a prime Gareth Bale, but sadly cannot finish like one. He blasts his shot just over the right post, just barely over the top. 10 minutes later, in the 69th minute, Chicho Arango makes something out of nothing with his back to the goal, takes one touch, quick turn, lets a low rip to the bottom right corner, just beating Berkey's outstretched fingertips, makes it 1-1. Guys, controversy in the 80th minute. It's actually happening right now behind me. I don't want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it. In the 80th minute, a penalty is called, given for a handball on Chris Durkin. I just want to spit some facts here. To quote the International Football Association Board, the rule makers, if the ball is either kicked or headed by a player and the ball then goes onto their own arm, it is not a handball unless the ball then goes directly into the opponent's goal or the player scores immediately afterwards, neither of which are true. Now, I'm not going to cherry pick the facts here. It also states that this can be overturned if it is deemed that the player has made the action deliberately or if the position of the body part is in an unnatural position in an attempt to make the player's silhouette bigger, larger. And this can be easily checked by if the ball made contact with Durkin's arm above the shoulder height. Let's watch this clip together. Let's take a peek. Does that touch his hand above the arm? I think not. I think it hits his elbow at shoulder height, just barely. He's also jumping up to make the clearance. That is not an unnatural position, and it is cleared off of his own foot. Rules state that is not a handball. So you decide, folks. It's up to you guys. 90th minute. Many mistakes were made, and Chicho Arango finds himself alone in the box again. Nice, easy finish to the bottom left corner. Final whistle blows. It's 3-1. That's St. Louis's first loss of the season. We're no longer undefeated. It's just a harsh one, guys. Just a harsh one. Let's go ahead and take a look where this leaves us on the table. We are currently sitting in 10th place after 6 matches played. That's 1 win, 4 draws, and 1 loss. 0 goal difference, 11 scored, 11 allowed on 7 points. Coming up next week is FC Dallas, who are 2 spots below us on 3 points. In front of us, Los Angeles and Portland Timbers on 7. Just behind us, Austin FC. Things aren't looking too great. But we can easily climb this table still. 1 win, and we're in 5th. Don't let our position in the table fool you. Obviously, we're not doing too great. There's a lot of things that need to change at this club if we want to find our form again. I almost forgot to make a match prediction for next week. So let's get after it. So next week, Chelsea. Okay. Next week, St. Louis City is coming up against FC Dallas, who are 2 spots below us in the table. We're in 10th, they're in 12th. But guys, do not underestimate FC Dallas. They have only 1 win on the season so far. They had a 2-1 win in the first game of the season against San Jose Earthquakes. Not a very good side. Then they lose 2-1 to Montreal, 2-1 to Red Bulls, 3-1 to the Whitecaps, 2-1 to Austin FC. That's 1 win, 4 losses. Slow start to the season, but let's not forget they have a stacked attack. Of course, if you are a U.S. men's national team fan, you'd recognize the name Jesus Ferreira, an MLS monster. They've also, in the offseason, picked up Peter Musa, the Croatian striker. He is going to be a problem. Of course, men's national team also got Paul Arriola. And then they also picked up Ilaramendi, Spanish international, who spent a lot of time in La Liga. They've also got Paxton Pomico, Sebastian Lletget. Oh my days. Omar Gonzalez. Men's national teams like legends, Marco Farfan. Omar Gonzalez, how have you not retired? Dude, how old are you? 35 years old. That's crazy. Good for him. Still playing, spent some time in Mexico for a bit. Spent a lot of time on the men's national team, as well as with LA Galaxy. I think it's super important for St. Louis City to bounce back this week. Bounce back hard. I like the lineup that we played. I actually drunkenly made a starting 11 with my dad the other day. So we'll run that out for you. I'm thinking 4-4-2, midfield 4. Give me Alm on the right. In the middle, I want, this is a hard one. I think I'm going to put Blom. Give Durkin a rest. He's been running his ass off this season. Give Durkin the rest. We're going to have Blom and Indiana Vasilev in the middle. Indy, fantastic. Congrats on that goal last week. I want to see his creative side. So I want to see him in the creative midfielder position paired with Blom. Celio on the left, of course. Up top, give me Klaus. Give me a Denerin. I need those boys back up top, banging in goals. Klaus had a great game. Adeniran, of course. Every time we only play Klaus, I miss Adeniran. Anytime we play Adeniran, I miss Klaus. Let's play them together. Guys, if we play that squad, I predict that we win this match. Make FC Dallas' start to the season even worse. I think that we're going to pull out a 2-1 win. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. That's why I think we're going to score. We're going to have to score 2. We're going to have to do it. And my prediction, you know what? I need to get some points on the table, and our center backs have been scoring. I think it's going to be a Timmy Parker header from a corner kick, and that's going to be his goal. And then we're going to get another goal from somewhere else. But, boys, what are your predictions? Guys, that's been another kind of different episode for the City Boys. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for sticking with us, supporting City, supporting the City Boys. We'll be back with another 3 points, and so will City. See you.